It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we've got the Vikings reigning league MVP, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Vikings and the Lions, coming up next.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit and Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. To begin the drive, and he'll get this up just shy of the 30. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. On second down, it's Murphy, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7, as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Murphy running straight ahead. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this, up to the 41-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 6 yards. It's a first down. Throwing is Hurts. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
On second down, it's Walker. And this will be a Vikings first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. The Vikings at 15-1 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now this defense for the Lions, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Second quarter now for Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Ready. Back to Walker on first down. Brought down at the 20. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Walker. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point in the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To the right side, this is Walker. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll try and run Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Walker. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. They'll start the drive with Murphy. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the handoff, it's Murphy. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now a give here to Murphy. And some room to work. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Running left is Walker. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Running right, here's Walker. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's brought down. 104 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead. And this time he is in. Kenneth Walker with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
Just had to hold on to the ball.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And Walker once more. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 115 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. A give for Walker running right. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Tackle back at the 26-yard line.
Check right.
Walker with another carry. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. Powering forward. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Walker. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, Nut. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look 3 weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Check pitch. Ready?
Here's Walker. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenneth Walker, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Lewis Seen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And going right back to Walker. And shutting him off, now open field. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll step aside. From the gun, it's Walker. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Trying the left side with Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
They were looking to pick up
the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
And McPherson on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles. It's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with you.
And now here's another interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McPherson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here come the Lions now.
Okay, ready?
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward. And my goodness, another interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right?
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just handed up totals. McPherson on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
On the set. Blue striker.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
On 2nd down, here's DeWanger. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try for the first with Walker. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people and their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and it was